Hello everyone and welcome back to Dracula Origin. Unfortunately I kind of lost the footage. I just got this mallet. It was in the floor on the floor in this room. The lady right here. I just went and picked that up. So you didn't miss anything. So let's open this, I guess, and have a chit chat with Dracula.
Locked.
Oh?
The lock is extremely solid. Impossible to open it. However, I feel that...
Really? I thought this was the key I needed. So I guess I probably need to open this somehow. But I feel like I...
The servant is no
Oh,
longer there. I hope I don't meet that brute again.
is there something here now that I can pick up? Oh. Oh, I must have missed this.
A large wooden spoon. Quite solid.
A wooden spoon. Okay, I'm sure that's gonna be useful. Can I check
The
this?
master
Yeah.
is there. Strange.
Sure, really strange. Okay, can I do anything with this now?
There seems to be a lock. It is quite unique. I must make some kind of key specifically for it.
And I must
measure the depth
of these holes. Yes. And I can't... How do I... Can I use the spoon?
I must measure...
No. Can I... Like, use... Oh! Measuring tape on a spoon. I have no idea why that worked. What now, then? Should I... What? How does that work? What? How are you supposed to figure out that you combine a spoon with a tape measure and a spool of thread?
I must measure...
That doesn't make any sense.
There. I have the hole's measurement. There.
I was really lucky there.
There. Now that I know the correct measurement of each hole, I will have a better idea of the key that I must make.
Okay, here's the diagram of the key to make in order to open the secret door to the stairway. How does he know that it's to this? I don't even know. 10 centimeters, 8 centimeters, 12 centimeters, 5 centimeters. So I need to make a key. And I probably do that downstairs, I would imagine, because there were a lot of, like, tools and stuff. Oh, nice. Wow. I'm getting lucky here. Okay, so what?
No.
What am I doing? No, stop it, stop. Okay, so I need... Oh, this is what I need to make. Okay. And this is the thing. So I just...
No.
So if I saw this off at like 5 centimeters... Oh, not like that. Like, no?
No. No. No.
Okay, so I want one that's 10 centimeters. So let's just... Wait, where's even my pointer here? I can't tell. Okay, here's my pointer. Okay, so it's at the top here. Like that. And then that's going in the top. I don't need to use nails or anything, do I?
No.
No, 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 I don't. Okay, fine. And then 8, was it? 8, 12, 5. Okay. 8, 12, 5. Alright. Is it not done? What am I doing?
No, 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 no.
Why did I do that? What am I doing? What is
No,
happening? I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
no,
And then
no,
this.
no, no, no.
How? 5? And then file it. And nail it. And hammer it.
Now,
I
will this
have
work?
no idea how I did that. How did I do this? What? I'm gonna save and hope that my lucky streak continues like that, because I seriously had no idea what the hell I was doing through all of that. I was basically just clicking randomly.
I am in need.
Oh, yep, yep, yep. There we go.
It took a
There
long
you
time to
go.
open this passage, and it is
It
late.
kind of
It must be
didn't,
night
but
outside.
sure.
We must be very, very careful.
Alright. What is this?
Whoa! An abyss.
Whoa!
Beware. There are some stakes at the bottom.
An abyss of like 5 centimeters.
An
Whoa!
abyss.
I'm sorry. I have to confess I've had a little
This
bit to
door
drink,
is I am
so
in.
I'm kind of goofy right now. Nice sound. Whoa!
Careful. I feel a presence.
Oh. Save quick. Oh, are you kidding me? This music.
Count Dracula himself. This book. It is as if it is protected by a demonic.
Okay. What? What? Wait, what am I doing? How do I... What? I think I need to find something before I do that.
The bed of the man.
Sure. And everything's red.
The bed.
Any books I can use? Oh, there is one.
Ah,
Ah,
here is something interesting.
interesting. Okay. I can't even tell what that says, but sure. Sure, that's fine. What happens if I go here? What is this?
Castle Dracula. I am in the ultimate lair of the beast.
Okay.
Closed.
Closed. Okay,
book.
so let's look at that again. What? How do I... What is this? What? What? Wait, if I... Oh, this is the, like, reset switch. Okay. So, 5 gems like that, but how do I know which ones are which? I am kind of confused. Oh! What? What? Wait. Oh my god, wow. You would not have believed. What? You would not believe how long I've just spent messing around with this, and I just reset it, and I didn't even know you could click on this, so I'm assuming when you click on this, it shows you which ones are right. So let's just swap these ones and try it again. No, and then swap these ones. Wow, nice. Okay, and then like this maybe. That one's right. Okay, now it's starting to make sense. Wow. Oh my god, I can't believe it was this simple. And my god, how long it's taken me. Oh, what? Wait, how do I know which crystal goes where? What happens if I just take one? Wait, so what is that sound? Is he like dying every time? Okay, so it seems this is right. And that's wrong. And that's wrong. Oh, I see. You have to like, they can't move across each other. Alright, fine. This? No. So the blue one has to be down here then. Yes. Yes, okay. And the red one has to be down here? No. Was it down? I thought I checked down to the right. Oh, and now this one.
Finally, I can access
Wow.
the pages of this damned book. But
Yeah, finally.
hell's bells. It seems that the same man wrote the whole book over the course of many centuries.
I don't know why that sound keeps playing. Summer of the year of our Lord. What? Okay. 1477. I can no longer die. Of this I am certain. The strongest blows barely register. I almost feel pleasure to sense this pain, reminiscence of my past glory. This morning, one of Ivan Ivan's brothers in arms was who was what? Who was absent from the banquet? I don't know how to pronounce that. Came to the castle. He had heard from scoundrels that narration of events that had taken place the evening of the whatever, the bank. He challenged me outside, but I begged him to enter as the sunlight was blinding and the warmth burned my hands. He declared that he wanted to do justice in the name of honor and in the name of God. He too called me a demon. I stared at him, miserable vermin in his polished armor. I felt his heart beating wildly, the tightening of his hand on his sword. He forced me to take a weapon, and I told him that it was my habit to discipline swine with my bare hands. His first blow seemed to be incredibly slow and gentle. This man must have weighed 200 pounds, and my hand barely moved back when I stopped his sword. He hit me again and again while an indescribable euphoria grew in me. and I was surprised to whoop, woo, 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 with laughter under his attack. I don't even know. And the hunger came, as it had already come. I threw myself on him like wolves on cattle, and I crushed him between my hands. His heart was still beating as I became inebriated from his blood. It was better, yes, much better. December of the year 1477. But what have I become? An eternal terror seizes me as I write these words. All is dark around me. All is cold. I am alone. Indefinitely alone. I cry for hours on end. Alcohol, which I have engorged by the barrel, no longer has any effect on me. Well, it has an effect on me, I'll tell you that. Jesus. My spirit, gnawed away by memories that I cannot chase away. This image of her that I wanted to banish haunts me each instant. It's a curse. She will make of me what I have dreamed of being in my moments of anger. That, how does that make any sense? Only the creatures of the night hear my cries and can testify to my terror. I will soon slump into madness and will be the instrument of the demon inside me. The demon who denies my gaze when I search for it in the mirror. The demon who kisses me all the mornings at the morning's glow and pushes me to nuzzle under the earth in the darkness. I am no longer human. I can sense it. Hunger comes when I think of the truly alive, and I cannot resist the intoxication that comes from appeasing this hunger, even as I contemplate its horror. I must write, put down onto these pages my history so that the madness cannot make who I am, who I was, disappear. It is I who conquered this land. Of all the warriors, I was the most ferocious and the most feared. I won impossible and decisive victories, leading to the deaths of hundreds of my comrades? I don't know. At the mention of my name, my enemies trembled. At the sight of my banner, they fled. This pagan land was conquered in the name of God, but in a way that had nothing to do with saintly beliefs. Entire villages burnt, roads bordered with cadavers hanging from gallows, hundreds of erect stakes, dripping with blood like wine from a press. Children, women, elders, so many lambs sacrificed in these wars of terror. Everywhere the fetid odor of decaying carrion mixed with that nauseating stench of burnt human flesh, bloated, bent and broken bodies eaten by worms, and so much blood. Victory in these lands comes to he who shows the most determination in the face of the horrors and atrocities, he who is first to instill a supernatural terror in their enemy, regardless of the price, and it was me. Thus came peace, but certain men aren't made for peace. I had them come and stay in my castle, the knights who had fought at my side, as well as their families. In this devastated land, it was the only dignified residence for these brave warriors and their noble dames. It was then that I saw her, Irina, the daughter of one of my comrades who had died on the battlefield. She was everything. I saw nothing but her. She suffused the castle with an enchanting light and warmth. Each of her steps was a dance, her voice the whisper of her soul. Her beauty transformed the world, transformed people. She was, at the same time, the ultimate happiness and the most destructive suffering, when I had to stand next to her without being able to kiss her and embrace her and make her mine. Thus my court was startled, propelled by a total and sincere love, but voices came to her, voices that recounted the war and its battles. that recounted the villages burned with pleasure, the abominable tortures performed under my command, that recounted the hundreds of innocents decapitated in a move of anger, that recounted foremost my cruel laughter in this bloodbath. Despite my efforts to make her share my passion, I was greeted with a coldness marked with disgust. Mostly, I wanted to show her the light of love in the depth of my eyes. Mostly, she saw the blackness of death. And then he came, beautiful and blazing, with his handsome shield of the legendary artifact, my young cousin Ivan, rejoining us after the battle and turning the heads of the ladies with each step. Generous and likable, he shone in peacetime, as I had once made him do during wartime. They were inseparable. He held her arms, held her arm, and she called him my lordship. He praised God, and she drank his words. But hadn't I also served God? Hadn't I risked death 1,000,000 times for his glory? At it, as it, what? At it is to this puppet that God gave the right to charm my beloved, my only one in his name. Thus I disavowed God and his holy hypocrisy. Hypocrisy? In these formerly pagan lands subsisted rites to. Oh my god, this is so long! Holy balls! Okay, the rest of the episode is gonna be me reading. Oh my god. I hope you like reading. Where was I? Okay. Jesus Christ. To which I secretly initiated myself. I disavowed God from the depths of my soul and swore to combat his defenders with 10 times more vigor than ever his enemies. The thirst for vengeance grew in me. I felt myself becoming a beast. The castle's inhabitants looked at me with a growing fear, my foul temper having much to do with it. I began to whip clumsy servants or those who tarried in carrying out my orders. My brothers in arms turned from me. Next came the marriage announcement that threw me into the abyss. Ivan and Irina announced their engagement, held the previous eve in secrecy, and their imminent wedding. Everyone present applauded the news, and I felt the mocking and condescending looks drift over me. The inevitable lot of the spurned lover. At that point, right in front of my eyes, the red veil of anger and blood fell. I managed, nonetheless, to contain my despair and fury, and invited the whole court to a great banquet to be given the next day in honor of the would-be wedded couple. I retire then, and during the day of the preparations, I was convulsed with pain and hatred, alone in my chamber to cultivate my fury. When the evening came, in the absence of Irina, who had left to put on a dress that I had previously offered, I proposed a toast at the banquet table, having taken care to order the servants to leave the hall, and to allow only the guests of noble lineage remain. As the knights and the dames, all without exception, raised their goblets to their lips, I began a speech of the hypocrisy of their supposed god and of their similar villainy. How did they dare pray while the wine that they drank came from land soiled by the blood of innocents massacred in the name of God? How dare they laugh at me, the lord of this castle, I who nourished them and who had won them a life of affluence in troubled times? None answered. The drug that I had obtained from a local hag and poured into the goblets, had paralyzed them, although they could still see and hear perfectly. Only my cup and that of Ivan had been spared. He sprung up and demanded my repentance. I laughed in the face of this buffoon, as he clamored with the kind of hate that I had experienced after he stole my loved one. My emotions, contained for so long and so deeply, exploded. I bounded across the room and threw myself onto my rival like a savage beast. My hands clasped his, and his ardor and the force of his conviction began to make me loose my grip. It was thus that I sealed my demonic pact with blood. With all the strength of my denial of God and his children, I threw my jaws into the assault of my adversary's neck. I plunged my canines deeply into his flesh and binged on the vital liquid as the predator feeds from his prey. An unnatural intoxication overtook me as the grasp on my arms released. I couldn't bring myself to tear away from this crimson fountain from which I im, imbibed? I don't know. Imbibed? When the source dried up, I separated myself from this pale carcass and stood up, my face stained with scarlet trails, and turned euphoric toward my other guests, rigid and feverish. I was then overcome with visions of stakes, gallows, and decapitations. Arming myself with the sword leaning against my chair, I jumped on the table and began to dance of death, in which each of my twirls was greeted by a fountain of blood coming from the necks which my sword liberated from their thus forth superfluous heads. Undoubtedly attracted by my shrieks of laughter, Irina entered the hall and witnessed the scene. I attempted to explain that my infinite love for her was the source of everything, and that this spectacular and unimaginable horror was the proof. She was determined not to hear me and fled up the stairs above the dungeon, and I pursued her while proclaiming my love. When I caught up to her and cremulated on the cremulated roof, in the feeble glow of the moon, she screamed into the wind all of the hatred she felt for me, that I couldn't respond to but with words of love. As I stepped forward to finally claim my prize, she threw herself off into the void, into the mist that masks the cliffs encircling the castle. I sunk to the ground, divided between an incredible force that I felt growing inside me, and the sadness of an unfathomable, I don't know, black pit into which I fell, body and soul, and which, with jealousy and hatred, I had dug myself. April 16th, 1887. It is incredible. After centuries of sadness and resignation, hope has been reborn in me. I feel the palpitations of love take possession of my spirit. The phantom memory of my adored darling that I searched in vain through evil pleasures and impossible flirtations, I can now see in my mind and contemplate with delight. All of these readings, expenses, assassinations, and tactics have not been in vain. There is a way to bring Irina back to me. My zealous servants scoured Europe in search of the slightest indication, of the smallest rumor, of the most recent scientific works. I consolidated all of this knowledge by accumulating treatises and works, and this work yields today. All these centuries, I thought myself to be the first to be abandoned to evil. I thought that the world had never known a soul as black as mine. But ancient works have now taught me that in remote Egypt, centuries before Christ and his cortege of refuse, a cult venerated damned gods, given to by the priests by the very mouth of the god's messenger, was the secret to unspeakable rights and power over the void. Supposedly, a strange incantation would have the power to bring back to earth all of the damned souls. In giving herself to death and being deprived of a burial spot, Irina damned herself and roams in the void. Her place is by my side. I must liberate her, bring her back to me, even if I release 1,000,000 damned souls unto the earth. The cult's black secrets will be hidden in the tomb of the great priest who awaits in non-death. Non-plus death? What? I must find the location of this tomb. May 17th, 1887. According to my subordinates, the colonial wars will have served to unearth numerous secrets in far plus off Egypt. What the hell is that? I don't know what that means. Why, what? This region is under British control, and the treasures are brought to London in order to be studied by scholars. It is perhaps there that is found the information that I seek, but I do not know this world. I must move my pawns in order to prepare my arrival. In the interim, I must classify all of my previous precious works, as there may be some clues in the books that I have read 300 years ago. Oh god, and now the text is like annoying. July 21st, 1898. Black luck doesn't stop smiling on me. As I struggle to inform myself of the customs of faraway England, the librarian who arrived to classify my works turned out to be English. I asked him 1,000 questions, to which he answered in a precise and elaborate manner. I undertook all of the necessary preparations to welcome him in the greatest comfort to the castle, and I imagine that his stay here will be long. This man seems strangely ill at ease. His pulse beats abnormally quickly, and I feel his eyes fixed on me at each instant. Perhaps people from the West are weaker and more easily influenced than those of our rough clime? At the end of our discussion, a miracle! He spoke of his betrothed, who remains in England. I have such trouble pronouncing that word. And I asked if he had a photograph of her. He showed me the one which he keeps with him. At the first sight of this diaphanous face, I understood that the presence of this man was a gift from the damned gods. The incredible beauty of this young girl rekindled in me the memory of my past love, and I must at all costs find her. It isn't a caprice like my other flirtations. No, I know that. Henceforth, this Mina is matchless, the only one worthy to receive the passion, the energy, the soul of Irina. I must possess her, have her in my power, guard her purity, all while breaking her spirit. Wow, Jesus Christ, guy. She will be the receptacle and forever the object of an insane love. As for this Harker, I will compensate him by giving him immortality and making him one of my children. Now, nothing further can stop my great undertaking. In 1 week, I depart for London. September 8th, 1898. It is my last evening in the capital of the world. What wonders I have seen since my arrival in London! This new world is so different from my own. But I cannot delay. The second phase of my great undertaking will begin. I, succeeding in finding the locations of the Demonomicon of what? What does it say? I can't read that. WLIWGGI. What? I'm not even gonna attempt that. The cursed text that contains the secret rite permitting me to bring my beloved back to me. The tomb is located not far from Cairo, and everything is in place there to receive me and permit me to act promptly. My subordinate has worked well. It is rare for a human. At nightfall, I will find Mina in order to pay my homage. Homage? Homage? I am anxious to taste her warmth, smell the perfume of her hair, the caress of her breath. I burn with impatience like a lover before his first tryst? Tryst? What? I am also anxious to bring this beautiful young girl back with me, and to speak the forbidden words. Nothing will stop me from bringing Irina back, and if, at the same time, I liberate a swarm of damned, demented souls, will it not be a wonderful spectacle to see the torrents of blood that will flow around the world when these avenging spirits annihilate the human race? Wow! Holy crap, I hope you liked the story time, because that was... It's not over. Dracula's journal, which I found in Godalming Manor, is extraordinary, terrifying. It is written by the very hand of immortal, of a vampire. The first two entries date from over 500 years ago, while the latter are from this year. A few months ago, some weeks ago, and the latest this very day. The beast was here, in this room. I missed him by a few hours. A few minutes, perhaps. Note, the vampire mentions the... Okay. Demonomicon of... I don't know. I seriously don't know. How the hell is that pronounced? Anyone? Anyone know at all? What is this?
Damnation, Mina. He must be with her at this moment. I was not able to save Harker, but I cannot lose her. I must get to her as soon as possible.
I wanna
I
quit.
hear someone coming
I wanna
this way.
stop this
It
episode.
must be the butler. Quick, run.
Just save. Holy crap. Oh my god, this episode is gonna be insanely long. This is crazy. Well, no time to delay. See you in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.